We have a brand new Ram 1500, brand new Ford F-150 EcoBoost.
And of course the GMC Sierra.
Which truck is the most efficient one when towing a trailer?
That's a good question.
So we have no idea which one of these is gonna win, but we don't believe those EPA numbers. We test for ourselves. So we're gonna hook up a 7,000 pound trailer and we're gonna go find out which one is the most efficient. And like I said, we have no clue what's gonna win here. So make sure you stay tuned to the end of the video and we'll let you know which truck won.
And this is also part of our 2019 Gold Hitch Awards competition, and we'll announce all the winners in March, but today it's all about MPG.
I never thought MPG would be fun.
Under the hood of the GMC Sierra here, we have the 6.2 liter V8. Now this engine makes 420 horsepower, 460 pound-feet of torque, and because we have the max tow package, it's fitted to a 342 rear end. Now the transmission is a 10-speed automatic, and GM's big move to save fuel with this truck is dynamic fuel management, which can essentially change which cylinders the truck runs on.
This test is all about steady state fuel economy with a trailer. We're gonna run them at 70 miles an hour in two-wheel drive. We're gonna go 66 miles, same loop, with every truck with 7,000 pounds behind us. And I have no idea what's gonna happen here. As always, this Gold Hitch episode is brought to you guys by our friends at Transwest. Check them out using the link below. TranswestTruckTrailerRV.com for all of your trucking, RV, and trailering needs. Here we are on the open highway, dude.
Yes, sir, and I'm getting the cruise control set at 70. Just nicely, gently accelerating. I don't want to go too crazy here.
That's what we always do. And GMC, right, so they have a unique philosophy, right? They came out with this brand new truck, and they spend a lot of money on their fuel management, right?
Yeah, they were explaining to us on the launch, and I remember him said there's like 16 or 17 variations,
like
essentially.
17, yeah.
Of how the engine can run. So you think it'd be very simple, like cut one cylinder, cut two cylinders, and so on. But no, there's a lot more going on.
We're towing the Cimarron trailer loaded to 7,000 pounds. We got the tongue weight at 700 pounds, 10%. So we're nice and even. And we're ready to roll. Previous generation GM trucks actually give you like a V4 versus V8 symbol.
Yeah.
No longer the case.
No.
There's no more V4. It's so complicated, and like you said, if it just does it seamlessly, why even worry about it?
Exactly.
The 10-speed in here was co-developed with Ford.
Yeah.
So that's pretty interesting. But Ford and GM are kind of coy about, you know, which parts they tweaked or whatnot, because it's competitive still.
Yeah, and they also always like to point out that, you know, the ECUs are different. The way the transmissions think is different, so it might be the same hardware, but definitely not the same software. There's someone else concerned with aerodynamics right there.
Yep, that semi-truck's got a lot of aero devices on. So we're doing 66 miles, so basically 33 miles one way on the highway, and we turn around and come back. I'm doing a shorter loop today because we have so many trucks. Logistically, it's just very hard, and I want to keep it as even as possible.
Yeah, only 24 hours in a day.
Booyah. Okay, here we go. Let's do a quick check. $62.9. I'm talking to you right now at like 84.
Okay, and 62
is so quiet.
Nice. Okay guys, we just pulled back into the gas station, and there it is, 9.2 miles per gallon, over 66.3 miles, which isn't really the best, to be honest. I kind of would have expected over 10, but this is the first truck of the test, so it'll be curious to see how the other ones do. And now we're gonna fill her up, and we'll do the math ourselves, and yeah, we'll see if this computer is telling the truth. Let's fill her back up.
Let's get the number.
I do like the capless fuel filler. It's nice.
Everybody's kind of switching to that now.
Yeah, it's convenient, you know, it just makes things easy.
You're not losing your cap all the time, it's not dangling.
Yeah, you don't gotta hang it, it doesn't dangle, exactly.
I hate dangling. So let's calculate this.
Yeah.
66 divided by 6.747. but we'll go by the maps.
Okay.
Distance.
Okay. 66.
Look at this.
9.7.
Rounding 9.8. So 9.8 with
The
this.
actual math means it's a little bit better. The computer's being a little harsh to it.
Okay, well, let's see how it compares.
Yeah, it'll be really interesting to see how the other ones do. Let's go get some towing on.
We've been doing towing MPG runs for almost 4 years, and you can check out all the results by going to tfltruck.com. At the top menu, go to MPG, and you'll see all the trucks that we've run.
What you're looking at is basically the same Hemi that's been in the Ram for a while. But there are differences. This 5.7 Hemi, first of all, puts out 395 horsepower and 410 pound-feet of torque, and it's hooked up to an 8-speed automatic transmission. This is a 4-wheel drive, but they added this little thing right here, which is the e-torque system, which allows for slightly better MPG in the city. That's because it gives you a little electric boost to get off the line. But there's something else. This vehicle does have 4-corner air suspension, which allows the vehicle to lower to get slightly better aerodynamics. And it has a 392 rear end. The one thing that will help us is the aerodynamic mode, where it'll actually lower itself a little bit.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, that's pretty cool. None of the other guys do that.
Right.
Isn't that cool that there's so many different philosophies out there on things like this? It's like geek out time.
Yes.
Everything from cylinder deactivation to turbocharging to, these are all gas engines.
All right, dude, this is the place when we level off here on the highway.
Yeah.
Where we test for sound.
60, that's really quiet.
It's really quiet.
I've driven both trucks quite a bit, and they're both fantastic for sound and comfort.
I mean, they're comfortable as heck.
The ride on this particular one is just incredible. The airbag suspension is absolutely cream puff.
Especially when you load it just a little bit, it still levels out, right?
Yeah, it does.
But it's nice.
Honestly, other than the gears being a little bit more plentiful, shifting a little bit more often, I wouldn't know we were towing. I wouldn't even know it.
That's what we have, 8.6.
That's what it says on the truck.
Let's see it. All right, so that's the Ram done.
Done.
The Ram is done. Okay, let's see what the damage is. Oh, I can see it's a little bit worse than the GMC. 7.175. So we have 66 miles divided by 7.175. 9.2 versus 9.8. So far GMC has the upper edge. Three trucks, three different philosophies on how to make power and about fuel efficiency. This of course is a 3.5 liter EcoBoost twin turbo V6. So Ford is going for lower displacement and they're adding turbos. The rating is 375 horsepower and 470 pound-feet of torque, the most torque out of all these trucks we have here. 10-speed automatic is here. It was co-developed with GM, and this engine uses dual fuel injection, so it has direct and port injection, and that's Ford's solution to getting power but also getting some efficiency. Oh, and by the way, the rear axle ratio in this truck is a 331. All right, let's fill up the Ford. Let's get it done. 91 octane is what we're using. Basically, all of these trucks are high performance trucks and they require higher octane for best performance, and we do what the manufacturer recommends. By the way, this Ford has a 36-gallon tank, the Ram has a 33, and the GMC has a 24. We're trying to control all the variables. I even called upstairs and asked for the wind to come down. So
yeah, it's so far we've had a day where Really, the temperature hasn't moved more than a few degrees.
And the wind's been kind of consistent, so at least every truck is is in the same environment.
Right.
Yeah, the EcoBoost doesn't have a lot of trouble with power.
No, it
it's
really
only
doesn't.
7,000 pounds, so
Yeah,
it's
this
not,
thing's just shrugging it off.
it's not super heavy.
Although there is something I did notice.
Yes.
The rear end is definitely taking a dip. There is squat.
Yeah, there is some squat.
There's no squat with the Ram, obviously, with the air suspension.
Yes.
In fact, we're able to use the air suspension and decouple, which was kind of cool, being able to drop the rear end and pull ourselves out.
All right, so this is the area where we want to measure. So let's reset that puppy.
63.8 decibels.
63.8. All right, so the EcoBoost is churning over at about, 1,700 RPM at 70 miles an hour. All right, well, let's see how it does.
All right, fired up. Oh, we already fired it up.
Well, we're
Hit
fired.
the road. Oh, we're going to hit the road.
We are northbound and down. Eight wheels are rolling.
Yeah, we're northeast and
Northeast and down. 8 wheels are rolling. Remove the nozzle. Okay. Let's get this done really quick. So we're using the same procedure to fill up in every truck we test. We'll let it fill up and then let it settle while we wait 30 seconds and try to make it even for most trucks, all the trucks we test.
Wow,
That's quite a lot.
Yeah.
7.578. 66 miles divided by 7.578. 8.7. The truck's at 8.6.
So the truck is really close.
The truck
to
was
being
very close.
Yeah, pretty accurate. But that also means that the Ford F-150
It's the least efficient in this particular case.
interesting. Not what I
I
expected.
did not expect that. I thought the Ford would split the difference between the Chevy and the Ram, or maybe be actually closer to the top.
That's crazy. See what I mean? This is exactly the reason why we do real-world testing.
For sure.
Hell yeah, I had no idea that was going to happen.
Yeah, that was a pretty interesting result. And as always, guys, if you want to see more tests like this, come back to TFL Truck, hit subscribe for the latest news, views, and real-world reviews. See ya.
Ciao.
Heck yeah.